Silly me. So I tried farming the enemies to get the foil from the pumpkin head, and it didn't work out all that well. On a brighter note, I did manage to find a greatsword, a forked greatsword from the gargoyle in here. Oh, and I got a smithing stone 3 off of them. Good thing about this catacomb is that it's pretty short. Case in point, the switch for finding the exit is right here. And like other catacombs, there are tons of these guys here. Okay, at the end of the world. We didn't drop anything, but that's fine. Got a rune arc. So the boss of this catacomb is right here. Time for secret passage, indeed. As bumping into that wall reveals a secret passage. And striking this wall reveals yet another secret passage, leading straight to the boss arena. Bright spot ahead, therefore try attacking. This be trapped. Slug ahead, therefore seek bright spot. That is true. So the boss in this catacomb is a spirit color snail and a crucible knight. Pretty easy to tell where the spirit color snail is, as she leaves behind this weird discoloration in the area that she's hiding in. Oh, he's back here now. Strategies for this fight include either A, taking out the Crucible Knight and then going after the Spirit Color Snail, or just blitzing the Spirit Color Snail, ignoring the Crucible Knight. By seeing if I can take out the Crucible Knight, who's, well, their spear hits hard. Thankfully, though, the good thing about Black Flame is that it does cause a nice bit of health burn. Okay, went into his hyper mode. Actually way too early there. Thankfully, there's a Stake America in the general vicinity of the boss chamber. Let's try that again, but less failure. Instead of this, let's put on the... I would love to use that, but I'm just short of the faith requirements needed. I'm close, and with this, I would have enough. My defense would be atrocious, but whatever. Could also utilize utilize a rune arc. Now I can use that item regardless of my current amount of health or lack thereof. I managed to find pieces of the Fire Monk set. I kinda like it. I like the cape. Kinda reminds me of that armored Santa Claus in the Rise of the Guardians movie. Taking significantly less damage from the Crucible Knight as I take a fatal amount of damage from him. Not the end of the world. Start the Stake America. Instead, I'm going to put the Clawmark seal on my main hand. I think that might work better. Root resin is always good. Clawmark seal on the main hand. Should probably put on a shield that has good resistances. Good, like, general resistances. So let's go with this. Will it give me perfect physical block? No, but... will it give me better guard against Crucible Knight's attack? Definitely. Well, fuck. Change of plans. Seal on the offhand. And let's just... I don't know. Try using guard counters. Could try using Flame of the Red Mains. Could try using a health burn from this. I resent the fact that the Crucible Knights hit so hard. Especially since this is a version that you don't find until you reach like the mid-area of the Altus Plateau. Either way, I'm just gonna keep on shoving. My god, that was the reduced damage. Imagine the full damage that that attack would have done. Oh god! That's an aspect of the Crucible that does not exist in magic form for some godforsaken reason. Looks like aspect of the Crucible horns. And he killed me. Let's just return to the last site of grace because I need to reevaluate this strategy. First thing, I need to reevaluate the magic that I'm using. Lightning magic, I feel, could work better. Bestial Sling could come in handy. Flame of Frenzy isn't going to help here at all because it just costs way too much. We need to focus on a single nuke, so let's just use Black Flame as the main nuke. Let's try having a heal on. Got some degree of health regain and okay, my bloody vapors aren't that strong. Fortunate, I could try using the claws, but again, those aren't quite that strong either. For right now, though, my main priority is going to be farming the enemies here for their gear. The thing about the spear compared to the greatsword is that the spear is quite a bit faster. I got one forked greatsword. There are multiple that you can get your paws on. Multiple of these are hidden pieces. So that's good. Tons of grave glove warts. I'm stumbling over my words. Is it because of stress or is it because I'm stupid? I'm gonna put my money on yes. No one is watching this right now. Fine. Oh, fuck you. Hailing Thrust for the win. It does surprisingly good poise damage, and the fact that it's built into most of the attacks that the spears have, that's built into the majority of spear weapons, I should say. It's very nice. Here we have the Watchdog Stave. It's a special weapon, a colossal weapon. Basically a giant hammer on a stick. I need 34 strength to wield it. Let's see. If I wield it in both hands, that should give me enough. For the able to wield weapon properly with given attributes. Okay, so I can't use this, period. So if I had to take a guess, I'm only getting 11, making my strength 33. So if I had one more point in strength, I would be able to use this. Come on. Oh well. Oh, fuck you. Got another forked hatchet, as if I need that. Just going to explore, just to see if that increases my likelihood of survival. It may. I may just be deluded. Found a Grave Glove worth 3, so that's good. Yet another secret passage. Might as well get the attention of this guy, because where there is one of these fucks, there are multiple. I think these guys drop the fanged head, which increases your attack slightly. I don't know if it increases your strength or if it increases your attack. Relicaria soldiers. That's something. Oh shit. They managed to dodge that. I could try increasing my strength a bit. Putting more points into faith would come in handy. Well, anyway, I'm gonna rest up. Could try exploring that other catacomb, the Death-Touched Catacombs. So I think I'll explore those. I already went through the place. So the good thing about the fanged swords, or not a fanged sword, what the hell is it called? The great sword you get off of the forked great sword. Not really many positives about it. Only real positive is the fact that it is great sword with bleed, one of 2 great swords in the game that have bleed built in them. Would like to get a second one. I thought I already got a second one, but I guess this was just the save that I made when I only got one. It's fine. I've already opened this path here, but you know what? I'll fight the normal boss first. There are 2 bosses in this catacomb. A normal boss and a secret boss. Ah, I failed. Well, anyway, the boss here is a cemetery shade flanked by skeletons. Cemetery shade is beyond fine damage, as are the skeletons. I'm going to put on some urns full of holy water to throw at the skeletons and kill them. I have 4 at the current moment. Also, there's a message here that the beast eye quivers. The reason why is because there is a Black Knife Assassin here, along with a Cemetery Shade. Sacred Blade is your friend, along with any incantation that you want to use. I'm just gonna chuck holy water urns at the enemy until he dies. But yeah, the fact that this fucker is flanked with skeletons, pressing that 5 times fast, is honestly the real boss fight. Even felt between the real threat. More nuisance that can kill you, but the squadron of skeletons, I feel, is the real threat here. Skeleton has been taken out. Now the Cemetery Shade. I'm going to try using guard counters, wish me luck. And yeah, that's it for the boss. One Sage Sorcerer's Ashes are good. It was just my mom needing some tech support. So in here, we have a death root. Second one of the area. I can give it to rank. You know what? I think I will. Fair bit of warning, giving this death root to rank will cause him to go berserk. At which point, you will need to cause enough damage to him in order to stun him. My recommendation for causing enough damage to Garank would be use anything that has bleed. Bleed arrows work. Kukris work. I just think bleed is a good way of doing it because after hitting him a few times, he will be stunned from the blood loss. Okay, good. The video capture device is disabled. I was worried that there was going to be a big black screen in the middle there. Or whatever. Anyway. There is a hidden boss here, but I first want to chat with D and Roger. I hit the wrong key. I accidentally muted when I wanted to disable the on-screen display. So anyway, D's here, you can chat with him about Roger and vice versa.
Ah. Are you acquainted with a man named Roger? You know, the piteous fellow hiding away on the balcony. He was a formidable spellblade in times past. Don't let his easy air deceive you. He was wise beyond his years, stout of heart, and clear of mind. No more, though. You see him now, ravaged by thorns, muttering and rambling, like he's half dead already. I can't stomach to watch. Take well the lesson, friend. That's how you end up when seduced by those who live in death. When grace is sullied, it rots people from the inside. Breaks them.
Yeah, I don't know what D's talking about. Roger seems to be perfectly lucid from what I've seen. Maybe D's letting his prejudgment about death get the better of him.
Always good to see you safe. So, what do you need?
Well, I mean, by that I mean I think that, D's disdain for death is causing a bit of a prejudgment when it comes to Roger's condition.
Ah, so you've met D. D is an old friend. We found ourselves journeying together for a time, bound by our exploration of death. But our paths have since diverged, never again to cross. Though that's hardly an uncommon fate for two friends.
See what I mean? He sounds perfectly lucid. Anyway, there's more that we can ask about him, but, I'm going to upgrade some of these spirit summons.
Greetings. Are you here for...
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing some spirit tuning. Oh, don't have enough runes, so that's fine. Page's ashes may come in some handy.
I took you for no matter to lay out your arms then.
Might as well sell some duplicate gear that I don't need. So like this short sword, I don't really need two. Well, would be something else that I wouldn't mind selling. Honestly, that, because the double axe is better shit. Let's see. Don't need this many of the Relicaria gauntlets. Truth be told, I prefer the Mausoleum the Relicaria gauntlets. It has more balanced resistance loadout.
Greetings. Are you here for spirit?
Yes, in fact, I am. Thank you, Rodrigo. You're the best. Huh. Okay. Let's see if I can't finish off the roads and catacombs. I've heard that synergizing Black Flame with a weapon art that has multiple hits to it could work rather well, so could try that. One such weapon that has multiple hits would be Roger's rapier. Why am I stumbling on my words? Okay. Uchi gets on with double slash could work, so let's try that. I just need to pick a strategy and stick to it when it comes to the, You fuck. One's a root resin at least. Try seeing how the page works in this fight. Seems to be attacking the Crucible Knight. Okay, at the very least, the page is providing a healthy distraction to the Crucible Knight. And down goes the Spirit Collar Snail. That's a good thing about the page. Their flighty moveset allows them to keep a distance while staying aggressive, and that's quite useful. I also want to lock the Foot of the Four Belfries, though I'm not going to really take advantage of it. I could show how to get to the Academy. As you saw on that map, there's a secret meeting place. Oh, one tiny thing I should mention. When you kill Godric the Golden, Vare moves to the Rose Church. I might as well show that. So, let's go to the, not the Seaside Ruins. Go to the first step and then to the Stranded Grave, just because now I can finish off the boss there with a little issue. So, as you see here, Vara is no longer in the area, but he left a message. Find yourself maidenless, off to Liernia with you then. Seek the Rose Church, west of the gate town. And you also get the bravo gesture from him. Say what you will about Varric. He may be about as clean as a used car salesman, but he is charismatic. So let's go to memorize spells, and I'm going to put on a Flame Cleanse Me. Just so I can traverse the swamp without fear. So Flame Cleanse Me purges Poison and Scarlet Rot. I thought it cured Poison, Scarlet Rot, and Bleed. But no, it just cures Poison and Rot, which is still pretty good. So when it comes to the Ulcerated Tree Spirit, my main strategy is going to be using one of these buffs, one of these weapon buffs, and just going to town on him, spamming double slash on my katana. There are Phantasmal Soldiers here. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about the why can't I English today? The chariot, because I had already taken it out. Turns out that an explosion is a good way of dealing with the chariot. Let's go down here and deal with those. Whoops. Go down here and deal with the gargoyles. One thing I would recommend you use here is as I was about to say before I was rudely interrupted, one item I recommend heavily that you use in these catacombs is Margaret's Shackle. Mainly because the magical field that it conjures is very wide and it can deactivate and reactivate the flame turrets in the area, so quite useful. Okay, that guy's dead. Another one's gonna pop out right down here. I'm not gonna go down there to where the crafted scion is. There's no reason for me to kill him. Yes, down here there's a platform that leads all the way down to the bottom level. There we go. I think there are going to be more of those soldiers. Now he's breaking hard. In the back also helped. Boss is right by here. It's another ulcerated tree spirit. What does this say? Right, friend. Wirehead. Behold, fire, destruction, no destruction. Which is true. The you really want to make the ulcerated tree spirit your bitch, use fire. And if you do end up dying to this POS, just respawn at the Stake America and you'll be fine. So now we finally get to see what that thing contained is. It's an ulcerated tree spirit. It likes to use holy damage, and it is quite weak to fire. So yeah, Blood Flame and Black Flame are both your friends when it comes to taking her out. Again, I don't know if it's a she, plants are plants are typically bi-gendered. But I also mentioned that she really likes to use those holy handprint attacks, and I'm dead. Not the end of the world, there's still Stake America there that I can use. I'm gonna try summoning the... Oh, somebody's watching this. I think I know who it is. Tom, if that's you, leave a message in the chat, I should see it. Try using the Lordsworn Fire Straight Sword, and let's try summoning the page. Breath of the backup. The page is pretty good in this fight. She typically uses those bullets of gold. Anyway, 2 hits of Fling of the Red Mains are enough to stun this BITCH. The thing about fighting her with the page is that the page is pretty good at keeping the heat on the boss at a distance, while you're quite good at applying literal heat to the boss up close. Good God. I'll just pretend she didn't just jizz holy hellfire all over me. I wonder, is that Death Flame, or is it your standard flame? Anyway, after taking out this fuckface, you get 1 Remains of Banished Knight's Oleg, as well as a gold tier. That was a fun fight. I personally like the page as far as spirit summons are concerned. They hit relatively hard, they're very fluid in their movements. I would say if you want a very evasive but very hard-hitting spirit, look no further than the page, and later on if you're so inclined. No. But as I said, if you're still inclined to go with a summon that has pretty fluid moveset and is good at dealing damage both up close and at a distance, the page is a good pick, and another good pick would probably be... Well, let's just say that it's an entity that is very... that shall we say... that, shall we say, is very skilled at dispatching her enemies at a distance. That thing about these phantasms is that they don't seem to drop any of their items, unlike the physical soldiers that you find in Wingrave. Don't have any more cerulean tears, but that's not much of a problem. There is a Banished Knight here. My advice, stay at a relatively safe distance and use magic on him. God. I forgot that he could do that. Well, whatever. I have to start back at Stake America, not the end of the world. I can just hike down the rest of the way. Jump. But yeah, Flame Cleanse Me is a very, very good incantation to use. Especially in Caelid, where there's Scarlet Rot all over the goddamn place. You don't have to worry about wandering through the swamp of Aeonia. Or wandering through, like, poison and rotted swamps. Just go through at a relatively leisurely pace. Wander around. And remember to pop this magic every few seconds to keep, every like 30 seconds to keep your, health from going down. My advice would be pop it right as the gauge is about to fill up. Otherwise, you'll risk being afflicted. As you can see by that platform up there, this is where you would be able to snipe the chariot. Well, you wouldn't really snipe the chariot itself, you would snipe the urns full of glintstone that you could use to blow the chariot up. No difference as far as I'm concerned. Double Slash is by far and away my favorite Ash of War, but on a katana. You basically have Diet Rivers of Blood with this setup, and it works. Might as well put another Sacred Seal on. The only other one I have is Godslayer's Seal. Oh, whatever. Let's just try to be all sneaky deaky as possible. And so the good thing about Black Flame Blade is that it has a health burn effect. As with the Black Flame Incantation, so that works. That worked rather well. Oh, he managed to dodge right into it. Okay. This is the only Phantasm that drops anything, and he drops the Dragon Communion Seal. You want to do an Arcane Faith build and use Dragon Magic? That's a good seal. He was also mourning a body that had some Dragon Wound grease on it. How sad. Well, while I'm here, might as well try to take out the Crucible Knight. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rest and level up. But I have enough for 2 levels. Only have enough for 1 level. Womp. Oh well. I got my faith high enough so I can use the Godslayer's Seal. Even with augmented faith, being able to use that is a wonderful addition to any setup. So the good thing about the Godslayer's Seal is that apropos to its name, it strengthens Godslayer incantations. So that means it strengthens the base damage of Black Flame, Thorn Black Flame, Noble Presence, Black Flame Ritual, all that shit. Doesn't seem to enhance Black Flame Blade though, because that's a buff and not a static miracle. Right here we have Crucible Knight. Once his health goes low enough, he will do that. Beating this guy will get you one of the aspect of Crucible incantations. Fuck. My advice would be wait until he's on the platform at the very edge of the cliff, where when he finishes walking to attack him, just so that you have greater distance to back up into. You know what, considering the fact I'm using one seal for buffing and one for attacking, I might as well have the Godslayer seal on my main hand, since I would prioritize that for attacking, and the Clawmark seal on my offhand. The sad thing about the Clawmark seal is it's a dual scaling seal, so it won't really... So it has diminishing effects on the buff incantations, you know, Blood Flame and Black Flame blades, but, you know, still work. Send that up just in case I die. Or rather, I should say I'm gonna send that up in the likelihood that I die. Let's just stand over here. Wait for him to continue going on a path. Wonder what would be a good weapon to use against him. I would like to use something that can get multiple hits in. So... not the end of the world. Anyway, now that he's a bit further on his path, let's try hitting him with magic. Okay, he's gonna go into super mode. Tragically, he can't fall off of cliffs, though he can push you off of a cliff. One of those moments of a FromSoft AI VF that kind of gets me. The bosses are incapable of falling off a cliff. They can definitely push you off of one. Well, anyway, he's dead. Get a decent bounty of runes, and from him you also get Aspect of the Crucible Horns. You grow horns out of your shoulder and chuck your enemy in the face with it. It's kind of cathartic. I just realized I didn't finish Kenneth Height's quest. His weapon could come in handy. It's a dagger. So, let's do that. Let's go up here to the Mistwood outskirts. Go have a nice little chat with dear Kenneth Height. Explain to him that his fort has been purged of Godric's ne'er-do-wells. And the next time we go to Fort Height, it'll be brimming with demi-humans. Demi-humans that are on Kenneth's side, ironically. He has his own entourage of demi-humans, which is kind of cool. The demi-humans that are down here, they're more than just marauding. They're actually listening to Kenneth's sermons. Yeah, so I guess in a way he is a leader. He's definitely a skilled politician. If he can convert the demi-humans to the Golden Order. He's still up here, thankfully.
I've been waiting for you with bated breath. Did you manage to recapture my fort? Oh, excellent news. Just wonderful. And the knight's dead to boot. Well done, my friend. Well done indeed. I knew I was right to trust you. Now, here's your reward, as promised. Go ahead. It's all yours.
And he gives us a dagger.
Right then. Time for me to head to the fort. I've much to do. First, I'll have to re-establish communication with the demi-humans. What's that look? You don't believe me? Well, under the Erd Tree, commingling with the demi-humans is made possible. Even the vulgar shall not be left behind, under the rule of true order. Which is why I, Kenneth Height, next in line as the rightful ruler of Limgrave, have sworn to uphold it. Just you watch, my friend. Just you watch.
Okay.
Ah, yes. I've been meaning to ask, would you like to enter my service? I see bright things in your future, stout warrior. enter into my service and learn the workings of the Erdtree's true order. And who knows? Perhaps sometime down the line, the grace of gold will return to those tarnished eyes of yours. What say you? A fine accord, is it not?
I mean, sure. If the pay is good and the health insurance is decent, then definitely.
Very well indeed. I knew I saw something in you. I shall await you at my fort. We shall hold a ceremony for your knighting there, I think. I see great things ahead of us. We are truly by the Erdtree blessed.
So yeah, the Earthsteel Dagger is a good offhand weapon. It's a dagger. Quick step, it has a decent crit modifier, not as much as the Mercicord, but a decent crit modifier all the same. Skills with Faith. It's an Erdsteel Dagger with a brass crest engraved on its blade, carried by the Erdtree royalty for self-defense in times of peace. Though forged to a high standard, the weapon is difficult to wield. Wouldn't it make more sense to say, being forged to high standard, the weapon is difficult to use? Attack power scales with Faith, and it has quick step. It's a decent weapon if you want a Faith dagger. I don't really care for it that much. Really, it's only all that good for an offhand if you want to put a buff on, like Golden Vow. That reminds me, there is a body around here that has a... Why can't I English today? There's a body close to here with a talisman. Okay, string, rainbow stone. Am I going the right direction? I believe I am. Yeah, I am. So, up and around here, there should be a body with the Lance Talisman. Increases the damage you do while on horseback. It's situational at best, but, you know, it works. Oh, Rune Skull. I'm correct, it's close to this golem. Hey, he's dead. Nope, that wasn't it. That wasn't her. Lance Talisman. It increases your damage while on horseback. So, now then, let's go to the Folly on the Lake, and let's make our way over to Deervire. Now then, for the boss here, not really a boss, but there's a Sanguine Noble. I'm going to put on the Claymore, and I'm going to pancake him into the ground. There we go. Harvest all these flowers, they come in handy for crafting. And true to his word, Vara is right by here.
Ah, there you are. You claimed a great room and had your audience with the two fingers at the round table home. What was your impression?
Anyway, to advance Vara's quest, you have to say that they didn't seem right.
Aha, your intuition serves you well. My doubts had been piling up, you see. The words of the two fingers cannot be trusted. Truly, naught but rambling, senile delusions. I believe that when the Elden Ring was shattered, the two fingers were corrupted, their guidance skewed. Even worse, the fingers harbor no love for our kind. That's the part that irks the most.
I guess.
Oh, I have a gift for you. Something fit only for the wise.
We now get the festering bloody finger.
A means for circumventing the draw of the two fingers. Give it a try, won't you? And if it please you, may we meet again. I've high hopes for you, my lambkin.
Anyway, the whole point of using those fingers is to invade people. I don't think you have to win the duels, I think you just have to invade like 3 times. And after invading 3 people, Vara's quest continues. Lock him over encumbered, lock him over encumbered. Oh, well, no, I'm dead. Using any of these brings me down to medium equip load. Oh, sure. Go back over this way, back over to the Rose Church. Okay. Might as well go in here and get some of those roses and take out the Blood Noble again. Sanguine Noble looks kind of like an omen. On a weapon with some decent attack power. Kill this. Big thing I need is something that can do fire damage. Okay. Okay, she's gonna try to fall on me as an attack. Critical on him, that's fine. Oof, that's quite a bit of poison. Okay. Managed to survive. Let's take this thing out. Black flame on her. The health burn effect will come in handy. Okay, magic missile's coming my way. Stagger your movements. Okay, more of these Miranda flowers. Don't have any more focus. Get directly underneath the big flower to remove the majority of the magical missiles coming my way. On spamming flame to red means. Poison balloons, Miranda powder. Okay. From her because she's probably going to do that. Okay, get a go-go. Poison. Okay, down she goes. Good thing about fighting the giant flowers is that they're guaranteed to drop some of the items that you can use to make their stuff. There's another flower over by this gravesite, and where there's a gravesite there are runes, so that's useful. See how I do taking them out. That's a pretty good time. Okay, managed to stun a flower. Okay, Poison Bloom. Perfectly fine. I'm more so interested on the runes here. Considering that this place was guarded by Miranda Flower, there must be some pretty spicy runes here. And yeah, I would go as far as to say that these are some pretty spicy runes. Mostly 3s, 2s, the occasional 4. Much better than the ones that are mostly 1s and 2s with the occasional 5. Much better, in fact. Three smoothing stone 2s, perfectly nice. Some more demon flowers. This flower is a meat shield. Would a meat shield be appropriate to flower? Oh, I died. Well, whatever. I'm going to try to just race my way back over here. I don't care about any of the items or anything. I just want to get to where my runes are. And to ensure that I can get my runes, I'm going to equip the sacrificial branch. Just gonna cut my way through the folly on the lake. Through the, ruins, and I'm just going to... Just gonna get my grace and go to that small area of the lake. I have the hiccups. Good. Close. I don't really care about all these things attacking me. I just want to get my runes. These guys can shark falling all over me as much as they want. I don't care. There are the runes. Here's the temple quarter. Let's just go around all this shit. And yeah, there's a brace here. Gonna rest up at the brace. Don't have enough for a level up, but I am close. That's fine. There's another giant Miranda flower here. Okay, down it goes. Tons of second generation Elven orcs here. My advice, pull them over. With anything that you can attack with, or anything that can deal damage from range. Kukris are pretty good, especially if you can get bullied off on them. And especially if you can get a headshot. Once they face you is disturbingly common. Dozens of Elven orcs here, some of them have Sean Shears. Some of them have clubs. The 3 club dropped something. Oh, and I got his weapon. Anyway, there's a pretty good weapon here in the Temple Quarter. I believe it's on that collapsed people in a box. And yep, the weapon is right here. The Ice Rind Hatchet is a pretty good weapon. It's an axe, it deals frostbite damage, scales mostly with dexterity. Deals physical damage and frostbite buildup. Its Ash of War is Hoarfrost Stomp, which used to be one of the most broken Ashes of War in the game. Now it is just good. So might as well make some room in my inventory and use it.
Well, I took you no matter. Lay out your arms then.
Okay. Strength and armaments. Let's go over to the Ice Hatchet. Got it up to rank 3, that's decent. As far as weapons are concerned, I need to pick something
Back
to
already, no matter.
Let's try strengthening the... I have enough to strengthen 2 weapons up to rank 9, so let's go with the Katana... Go with the Naginata, actually. I think that might be better. Great. For everything else, it was good for the time being. I have enough for another full level up. Increase dexterity a bit more. Positives about the Ice Rind Hatchet: it's rather powerful, it causes frost buildup, it has a fast moveset being an axe, especially if it's done one-handed. negatives about it. It can't be enhanced as it has a Oh, well, it can't be enhanced because it's a special weapon with a modifier. But it does have good damage. Let's see, I could see if I can take out... Well, before I do anything, let me craft or buy some bones to make its arrows, and then I'll show it off against the boss in the Gale Tunnel. And Caled. So, purchase items. Here, these as I can. Great. That'll come in handy for a fight against the dragon. So let's go to the item crafting. Go for 2 arrows. $120 is more than enough for what I need. Already beat the roads and catacombs. Let's go after the hidden boss in the Black Knife catacombs. Let's put on a hammer that has Sacred Blade. Monk's Flame Ace could have worked. So yeah, down here in these catacombs, there is a hidden room. You need to use a stone sword key to enter. Use when those messages show up, because you can't do anything while the message is on. So anyway, over here you get Ross's Axe, that lets you do Dash of War, that is the same as a miracle called City of Summons, where you summon some skeletons that appear momentarily. They basically home in on an enemy, strike them. A double headshot in here. And I died. Nothing in the world. I should probably make some more holy water urns just to throw them at those things. Oh yeah, I still have the sacrificial twig on. Both Radigans. 5 should be more than enough for what I need. You could potentially get the cross mesher from the skeletons here. I already have one, and I have 2 branded curved swords, so I don't really care. Is the cross mesher a good weapon? Yes. Oh. One holy water urn is enough to take out those skeletons completely. I whipped that. Go. Sell for him back. You want to take this guillotine. Ride it up here. Human bone shard off of him, that's good. 2 skeleton marksmen. I died. Well, try that again. The only problem with reaching the hidden boss here is just all the skeletons that try and attack you. And there are skeletons that are infused with Ghost Flame. Those are a bitch to take out because the only way to even kill them... Forget killing them and preventing them from resuscitating. You can't really... Or rather, the only way to kill them and prevent them from resuscitating is by using Paper Blade. As trying to kill them by any other means will just... And by killing them by other means, I mean, like, smashing their bodies. When they're down, that'll just stun them, and there's no way that you can break their body. After... No amount of striking will break their bodies. The Ghost Flame prevents them from dying that way. If you can kill the human that's keeping them alive with the Ghost Flame, that's a different story. Okay, he's down. The hidden boss is right through there. You can summon D, Hunter of the Undead, to assist you in this fight. I would recommend you do so. Boss is right behind that hidden wall there. Try attacking. Yeah, there's a hidden wall that you can break open. This be a summoning. Yes, in fact. You can summon D to assist you in this fight. Oh, I accidentally selected cancel. So I'm going to... Raising the Ice Friend Hatchet. Let's try using a combination of Ice Rind and the... Frost Stomp is a pretty good Ash of War. Negative about it. It's not very good against very mobile enemies because they could very easily jump out of the way of the attack. More than anything, beating this Dancer of the Boreal Valley wannabe down with a normal weapon is a viable strategy also. Tragically, you can't buff this. Ow. D, you get the kill on her. I'm going to run away before she kills me. Thank you. Copy Bolt Alpha. Here, from her, you get the Assassin's Cerulean Dagger. It's not a weapon, it's a talisman. It increases your focus whenever you, well, it doesn't increase your focus, but it recovers your focus when you get a critical hit. Pretty good. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to explore Northern Liernia next. How much time do I have? 1 minute 30 seconds. So this will only take 10 minutes. Or I could try to take out the Glintstone Dragon. Actually, before I do that, let me talk with Topes. So, Stillwater Cave, Church of Beereth. Bach the Seamster is still here. You can get some dialogue from America. I mean, not from America, from Amelna. Regarding Bach. I don't know if it's at this Grace or if that's the second one, but yeah, it's at the next one then. But yeah, you can...
Bach the Seamster, at your service, master. Ready to make a job.
I like Bach, he's so cute. Make adjustments to your armor. Might as well tape back on this, and tape back on this. Why not? He doesn't charge you a cent for it.
Please.
So that's good. Go into the Church of Erith and chat with Oops.
Back to learn another. Wonderful.
So we could ask about Selin or the Glintstone Key. First I'll ask about the key.
Why not find yourself a glintstone key? Without one, you can't pass through the academy, and you'll never reach the Erdtree capital. And if you find an extra glintstone key, perhaps, once you've tied up all your loose ends, and I can be very patient, would you consider donating it to me? I know it. I'm a Blundstone. Merely a hint of talent for sorcery. But still, my place is at the academy.
And also ask about Selin.
You've taken an apprenticeship with Selin. Well, that is something. Selin was well known. The most promising sorceress in the history of the academy. I followed her at school. But there may as well have been an ocean between us. But Selin was expelled from the academy, accused of unthinkable treatment of certain sorcerers, under the name of the Graven Witch. I still don't believe the accusations. The illustrious Selin would never do such things.
Well, anyway, now that we know what to do, so we need to acquire a Glintstone Key to access the capital. It was a meeting place map telling us about this, like, M-shaped island. Or E-shaped island. It looks either like an M or an E turned on its side. Or like an upside-down Cyrillic schwa. Actually, no, it's not schwa. I forgot what the letter is. The one that wrote the letter that looks like a blocky W. Anyway, I'm gonna put a bow and arrow on because I want to try and take advantage of poisoning the boss. But also try using the incantations. So the boss here is a Glintstone. So over here there is a dragon. I introduce you to Glintstone Dragon Smirnoff. He's very susceptible to Black Flame. Then again, anything with a pulse is susceptible to Black Flame. It has health burn. Equipment, swap out one of these arrows for my blood arrows. So first Mirage, I would recommend using Bleed. Poison works too. Its main means of attack will include shooting pistol bolts at your face. Well, they're not exactly crystalline bolts. The best way I can describe it is that there's so much glintstone in this lake that it even caused basically this dragon has glintstone poisoning. And the dragons are borderline immortal, so they can't die very easily, so he basically just absorbed all the glintstone that his body was exposed to, and it gave him superpowers. Anyway, though, Black Flame is good against Smaragd. His fire is also very good against me. If he kills you, it's not the end of the world. Just try again. could try using the longbow. Try using the longbow. As long as I get poisons built up, that's really all that matters. I mean, not poison in this case, it's bleed. Okay, run away. We all can't get superpowers from heavy metal poisoning. No problem with using the longbow instead of the short bow. My boss is like One-Stone Dragon Smaragd is the fact that the longbow is slow as. But yeah, when he does that whole arcane breath attack, just drape around him. And the health burn from Black Flame is quite useful. Oh, got a nice little room buff from the Earth Tree. The magical tree is blowing its CD load all over me. I always make the joke that the Earth Tree is spewing out pollen, but it could be that this isn't pollen and that these are just leaves coming off of the tree. Anyway, whenever Smaragd uses attacks like that... Oh, didn't need to kill him, but whatever. Too far away from him. Bleeds a thought on him. Good. Try using my seal. Fuck. Never mind, I avoided the flame like a pro. Enough hits of the health burn on him, which helped. Oh fuck. Not the end of the world. Another strategy I could try using is Black Flame Blade spam. Let's put on a decent weapon. Cross Naginata works. I think Dragon Wound Grease just causes like a blanket physical attack buff on your weapon. I prefer Blood Grease. Okay, he did a tail swipe on point. on chucking Black Flame at Smaragd. Don't focus so much on getting the damage as much as you should focus on getting, like, enough ticks of the Black Flame in. Damage is fine, but... not if it ends up getting killed. How the fuck is it that peppering this dragon with Black Flame is more viable strategy? This isn't Dark Souls, where dark damage is a thing. The dragons, to the best of my knowledge, are resistant to, fire. Here, they're resistant to everything. I used the wrong foot there. Horns back now. As far the fuck away from that blue flame as possible. Gotta recharge on my blue flasks thanks to Smaragd icing that now. Stuck for it. Well, whatever. Smaragd is good. And I get a double bonus from the Earth Tree pollinating on me and from the Foulfoot, but I got one, so that's good. So anyway, over here you get the one stone key, along with some dragon wound grease, academy key, and some kukris. So somebody who had the Academy Glintstone key was probably going to sell it at this island, at which point they either came into contact to or awoken Smaragd, who just murked them all. I don't have enough stone sword keys in my inventory to activate that, that's fine. There is a dungeon here. I'll put a little gate on there just to mark that there is a dungeon in that area. So now with the Glintstone key, I can open up the Academy gate. I will do that, but not before exploring the Liernia, this section of Liernia. There we go. Okay. Okay, he's dead. He dropped an item. Nice. These soldiers aren't going to be long-lived in this world. Soul Smithing Stone 3. Is it amazing? No. Is it good? Yes. Going to heal. Not before checking what all these fucks dropped. Word Swarm Bolt, that's fine. Smoldering, or Fire Blossom and Smoldering Butterflies. Pretty good. I mean, if you're crazy enough to want to farm these guys for the Flaming Butterflies, by all means, be my guest. You'd be better off just finding them off of lamps and shit. Cuckoo Knight. Try putting Blood Flame on this. Oh my gosh, shiny. Cuckoo Glintstone, of course. Oh, there we go. Some more bolts. Always good. Don't know if it's a glitch or if it's intended, but if you have a buff on your weapon, like Blood Flame Blade or Black Flame, you can actually synergize that buff with your projectile weapon. So if I had so say I had a Blood Flame on my weapon, then using the crossbow or shooting arrows at an enemy would cause bleed buildup and fire damage, similar to that buff. If you ask me, I'm fairly sure, if not completely sure, that that's an oversight, but similar oversight like that happened with Dark Souls 3, and I believe it was patched. Or at least the devs attempted to patch it. Someone just became the Elden Lord. Good for them. Good for them. And around here there should be another Cuckoo Knight. Oh, and our... perfectly fine. Okay, blue and white wooden shield off this. Oh, hey, another Smithing Stone 3. How many Smithing Stone 3s does that net me? 15. I have enough. Now I have enough to enhance one weapon up to rank 9 and another weapon up to rank 7. That is very good. Very good indeed. There is a finger reader in the area, so I might as well chat with her. Oh, when it comes to the academy, I would recommend using a shield that has good magic defense. This has disturbingly good magic defense for being a metal shield. You farm it off the Elven Orcs. Tall oval shield made of metal carried by the young Elven Orcs. The ornamentation represents a primordial drop of dew from which they are said to have been created. Boasts exceptional magic defense or magic damage negation. The Elven Orcs' most formidable foes were sorcerers after all, and it has parry. Let's see. I would like to try something. I have a weapon with gravitas on it, right? Fuck, I don't. Never mind. There is a scary beetle down there, hanging on the bridge from below.
You, please, I can read them. Your fingers, please, your fingers. Oh, Michaela's favor can be yours. Slaughter, slaughter, slaughter. The all-hearing slaughtered. But alas, it was for naught. But all you need do is snatch it from the big pot. Pity the poor, poor fool.
Okay, all hearing slaughtered, snatching something from the great pot, which will lead to Michaela's favor. cryptic. I think Granny needs to lay off the absinthe, but whatever. The blue and white shield is also a decent shield. It has weapon art, very light. It looks nice at least. Reminds me of the red and white shield from Dark Souls 3. Anyway, there's one more item here. Got some bolts. And the item, yes, is right up against that wall. Windstone, Firefly. Very good item to have. Before I continue on, I am going to make save state using the save manager. Reason why is because I didn't talk to Rhea yet, and I'm, well, let's talk to Rhea right now. Basically, well, should be able to do Rhea's quest even if I enter the academy. I think the cutoff is whether or not you make your way up to the Altus Plateau before doing her quest, and that's the cutoff for it, but either way. Let's examine the seal here. So it looks like the closed portcullis is just an illusion. Here we are in Liernia of the Lakes. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to activate this grace. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the Beast Repellent Torch. And I'm just going to run like hell down this path. The reason why I want to have the Beast Repellent Torch on is because there are wolves here, and the Beast Repellent Torch will keep them away. At the very least, it'll make it easier for me to kill them. Great. Didn't even know I used a Cerulean blast charge, but okay. The reason why I'm going this way is because there is the nomadic merchant here. The isolated hermit merchant, he sells some pretty good items.
Well, it's been an age since I've seen a customer. How can I help here at the end of the earth?
He has some pretty good stuff to purchase. Big things I would recommend are Fanged Imp Ashes, Wanderer's Set. Some notes too, why not? He also sells some Eyes of Yellow. Burger's Cookbook is very useful. These two things are very useful. I can get this too, why not? He also sells 20 St. Trina's arrows. He also sells meteor bolts, which deal magic damage. The enchanted work of craft made in tandem with full moon crossbow. The tip is embedded with glintstone like a shooting star. These bolts leave a beautiful trail when fired and deal magic damage.
Have a safe trip.
Well, did end up burning through a pretty hefty amount of runes there, but if you ask me, it's worth it. I, for one, really like the Warriors set. They have decent defenses, but more importantly, I find them to be quite fashionable. So I'm going to stick to the Warriors gear. Makes me look like... Makes me look like a desert wayfarer. this guy just barked like a dog? He killed me. Anyway, a good strategy against Mr. Bloodhound tonight is to snipe him up above with magic. I'm gonna try using... Let's try using, lightning bolts. Let's see. Don't really need flame cleanse me at the moment, so let's replace that with lightning bolts. And let's just make our way down. I'm going to ignore all the wolves down here. Just gonna make my way across. Need to make sure I have this out to ensure that the wolves don't attack me. Oh, whoops, accidentally knocked over his shit. Here's hoping there are no hard feelings. As I try my best to sneak as close as possible without him noticing me. Nice. I'm probably doing some decent damage and I was gonna knock him over. The thing about evasive enemies is that they tend to ignore Night Comet, which makes sense because it's a night-based sorcery, so it has so it basically is shrouded. But they also tend to avoid or tend to ignore the initial burst of Lightning Spear. Well, anyway, now I'm going to do Rhea's quest. Doesn't take too long. You just go to the Scenic Isle.
Hello again. By the way, have you met that girl, Raya? She's a strange one, but I believe she was in need of help. Not that it's any of my business, but if she rings your bell, why not lend her an ear?
Okay.
You're making your way to the Erd Tree, no?
Yes.
Well, I heard something that might help. A special means of reaching your destination. Have you ever seen an Iron Virgin? The clunky contraptions are whirlwinds of sickles and spiked wheels. But long ago, they were endowed with a spell of transposition. And get this, a surviving virgin sits at the bottom of the big water wheel in the Academy of Rhea Lucaria. Its transpositional powers fully intact. So right, if you get caught in it on purpose, it'll chuck you out straight at the base of the Erd Tree. Or so I'm told.
Oh, yeah. Let's get this from him. I want to make sure that I have at least 1,000 runes.
Cheers for that.
Okay, now I have more than enough of the keys needed to open that gate. Good. Fuck this thing. Okay. So Raya's over on that gazebo.
Hello? Hello? Please. Over here.
Hello. It's rather chilly here, isn't it? My mistress sent me off on an errand, but I was accosted by a ruffian. And now I'm in a bind. Could I ask you lend a hand? Perhaps that thug made off with a precious necklace. I need someone to retrieve it. Only, he too is tarnished. If you've any qualms confronting your own, I shall find another. Oh, thank you dearly. What a blessing that we've met like this. The thug should be resting at an abandoned home down the way. Please, I must have the necklace back.
So yeah, the abandoned home in question is from Boyle Shack. He's about as cordial as chlamydia, but
What are you looking at? You trying to start something, mate?
we can buy the necklace off of him.
Ah, that necklace what you're after, is it? Well, show me what it's worth to you, and I'll consider part. I'm not in love with it. You're a shrewd one, Chief. First, you hand me the runes. And don't try nothing, neither.
So we purchased the necklace off of him. It costs 1,000 runes.
Alright. Take it. Things no damn use to anyone anyway. Your bloody idea, mate. Don't come crying to me later.
Okay, now we just give it to Rhea. Decently tanky shield. This thing just fucking killed me. They broke her guard. Broke her guard again. And she's dead. Well, anyway, let's give the necklace over to Rhea, but first I'm going to take a look at it. So listed in here is a key item. Oh, here it is. Necklace stolen from Rhea by the Blackguard. Features the relief of a dignified-looking woman from a foreign country. Appears to hold great significance to her. Give it back to her. And she gives us the ability to enter the Volcano Manor.
The thug should be resting at an abandoned lease.
Here's your necklace.
Oh yes. That is my missing necklace. Thank you kindly. I am in your debt. Did I forget to announce myself? I am Raya, in the service of Lady Tanith of the Volcano Manor. I seek stalwart tarnished, who might join our house. You are very brave yourself. Not only a steady hand, but a steady heart. Merciless, even to your own kind. Such strength is precisely what my mistress seeks. Please, take this. Brave most tarnished are doomed to wander the outskirts of the lands between, peering wistfully at the towering Erd tree. But you are no ordinary tarnished. And once that is proven, the Volcano Manor will fully extend its invitation to fight amongst a family of champions. Oh, and one more thing, only for you. This land of Liernia is connected to the Altus Plateau by the Grand Lift of Dectus, beyond the high road. But the lift has been defunct for an age, meaning there's no simple means of passage. Instead, you must seek the old ruins in the cliff. At the base of the valley, near the Grand Lift, there's an old tunnel. It was excavated from both ends, linking Liernia to the Altus Plateau. I have faith in you. A champion through and through. I do hope that we can meet again. Seek the at the base of the valley near the Grand Lift that it was excavated. I have faith in you. I do hope.
Well, I took you no matter, it's all lay out your arm. Back or no matter.